Welcome to InstaGATOR number 4. Right? This is our little weekly rant, our weekly chat, our weekly discussion. A lot of times I go live during these events. I chose not to go live during this one, depending on how long it takes or something like that, right? But I was trying to think of a topic, trying to think of kind of what grinds my gears or what gets people really worked up. And I got to thinking, we live in such a PC world, right? And we live in such a world that's kind of afraid to speak up from time to time and call BS, right? So I thought, why not discuss things that we hear, right? And then we always want to say something, but we never do. So the topic of this instigator is the things people want to say, but won't. And I've jotted down a few things that we've heard before, right? And some of them are going to be kind of broad and overarching, and some of them are going to kind of be straight and to the point. And as always, chime in the comments, chime in the feedback. Let me know if I missed anything or if I've overstepped, right? This is going to be a coming to Jesus conversation for some of you, right? Because some of you had said these things before, right? And I'm just hoping to really kind of peel the onion back. Again, these weekly rants, these instigators to change are really just kind of trying to be a thought leader and putting different ideas and perspectives out there for you, right? So we're going to dive right in to the first one. And I know a lot of you have heard this before. I know a lot of you have said this before. I'm not even joking. I know I have said this before. So here it is. Beginning of the year, new year, new me. And what we want to say is, dude, I've heard that for the past 5 years. You have been new year, new me so long that you could be a doctor by now, right? We all know these people, right? Some people give valiant efforts, right? Some people bite off more than they can chew. Some people, actually do change their lives. Some people do try to improve, but the majority of folks, you just running your gums, right? New year, new me. I'm leaving all this stuff behind. 2017 broke me. 2018 prepared me. 2019 motivated me, and 2020 is gonna change. No. The majority of y'all don't even take this serious enough. And you're going to be dealing with the same exact issues in 2020 that you did in 19. And I'd be willing to bet that the majority of you, because you don't take this serious enough, are going to be facing the same issues in 2021. And I got a secret for you, because people want to tell you, but they won't. If you go in to 2021 with the same issues you had in 2020, you got nobody to blame but yourself. New year, new me. All right, next on the list. It was the alcohol that made me do it. Now, I can point this in so many different directions, some very serious, very polarizing topics. I'll stay away from those a little bit, right? But some other things, maybe you chopped off at the mouth a little bit too much when you got a little intoxicated. Maybe you cheated on your spouse or your significant other when you got a little intoxicated. Maybe you said some things that you shouldn't have said. I have partaked in my fair share of alcoholic beverages. And I got to be honest with you, I've never done anything while I was inebriated, let's say, that wasn't in my character. Let's just say that wasn't in my character. See, alcohol doesn't make people do things they wouldn't do. No, it lowers their inhibitions, right? Alcohol is that juice courage, as we talked about. So when you tell people it was the alcohol that made me do it, what they want to tell you is no, you always wanted to do it. Alcohol just gave you an excuse to, right? Don't fall into that trap. Alcohol ain't make you do nothing that wasn't already in your character. I love my wife to death. There is no way I'm stepping out on my wife, right? That seed or that nugget is not in my brain. There is no way, no amount of alcohol in the world could make me step out on her. Period. Point blank. So when people tell other people that, what they want to call is BS. That alcohol didn't make you do anything. No, you wanted to. You're just using the alcohol as an excuse. Thank you. Next up. Oh, this one's going to be pretty quick, right? I can't tell you how many times I've heard, maybe you've heard, people say, oh, my life is just so boring. Dude, do you understand how much stuff there is to do in life? Do you understand how lucky you are to be one of the 7.7 billion people there are on the... Do you understand the sheer, just coincidental, accident that it had to happen, that your mother and your father chose that day at that time to have relations, right? And you just happen to be the best swimmer in the bunch, right? And you are extremely lucky. There's a million things to do. Maybe what people want to say to you when you tell them that your life is boring is, no, life isn't boring. You are. Some people are just boring, and it's okay. Don't blame life. Don't blame the area. Don't blame none of that. Sometimes it's you that is boring. Period. At least that's what people want to say to you. Next up on the list. Now we're gonna take this one. All right. People do a lot of humble bragging, right? People will get out on social media and talk about how good they are at this or how good they are at that. I follow a lot of motivational and inspirational and leadership stuff, and I follow a lot of fellow parents. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have to tell me how good of a leader you are, if you have to constantly tell me how good of a friend you are, or a parent you are, or a son or a daughter you are, if you got to constantly tell these things and kind of speak in code and, oh, well, this person really showed me appreciation today and how much I would stop. If you got to tell me all these things, chances are what I want to say to you is you're probably not any of them. Because what you're out there doing is searching for validation. Yeah, that's it, right? If you got to tell me how great of a parent you are constantly, right? If you got to toot your own horn and humble brag all the time, chances are I'm going to believe that you may not be, right? I'm going to believe that you're trying to put that vibe out there for a certain reason. See, because I'd be able to tell if you're a good parent, good leader, good friend, good son, good daughter by watching your actions. I don't need to be told these things, right? I just pay attention to your relationships. If you're a leader, I pay attention to your troops. And it's not me sitting here trying to judge you. It's just when you tell people this all the time, what they want to say is lead through your actions. Actions speak louder than words. Well done is always greater than well said. If you have to constantly tell me all the time, I'm going to start questioning your intention behind it. Or at least that's what people want to say. Next. Usually get this one around Christmas and birthday time, right? People will tell you, it's the thought that counts. False. Now, I've gotten my fair share of crappy, last-minute bought gifts. And people try to hide under the expression of, well, it's the thought that counts. Well, if you've said this, or have heard this, or have uttered this, what people probably want to say in return is, well, then you better have thought again, right? Don't hide your last minute rushing of a gift, right? Don't waste your wrapping paper and disguise it under the, well, it's the thought that counts veil. No. People who think good thoughts and think things through and value other people give good gifts, period. And I'm not talking price tag. Price has nothing to do with gifts. I will take a handmade card for my kids any day because they put the thought and the effort into it. So, no, it's not the thought that counts. What people want to tell you is think again. Next up. I hear this one all the time, right? I hear it with folks I talk to that are in school. I hear it with folks I talk to that are testing for promotion. I hear it all the time. I'm just a bad test taker. Really? Really? Now, when you say this to people, what they want to say is, no, you're not a bad test taker. You either A, haven't found the way to study that works for you yet, B, are too lazy to put in the time, effort, and energy to actually learn a topic, concept, or principle, or C, just honestly don't care. That's what they want to say to you. There are no such things as bad test takers, right? Now, what I'm not trying to say is that people don't get anxiety for tests. Oh, that I know is 100% true. I don't even care how much you prepare, how much you study, how much effort you put in. There's going to be some people that just have test anxiety. But even that test anxiety can be overcome by the actual scores that are received if you put in the time, energy, and effort to learn the subject you are testing on, right? Anxiety doesn't give you a bad grade. Your lack of dedication does. So stop telling me you're a bad test taker and start telling me that you just didn't put in the time to score well enough on the test. Now, we all have different learning styles. We all have different levels of how we capture things. Some people are more intelligent than others. I will be honest with you. I am not the smartest person in the world. Far from it. But I have studied so hard in the past that I've been able to be successful. Right? So when you tell people you're a bad test taker, what they want to say is, no, you're not. No, you're not. You just haven't figured out a way to study yet. You're too lazy, or you don't care. That's what they want to say. And last but not least, unsuccessful people. People that are not happy with where they are at in their lives. And there's a lot of us out there. Everybody is on a growth journey in some way, shape, or form, right? But I'm talking about the unsuccessful people who champion their excuses, that put on the hood of victimizing themselves, like they just have bad luck or they just don't have the time. We've all heard the 1,000,001 excuses. We've all heard them, right? When you give people these excuses, what they want to say is, really? You got bad luck? Or is it the fact that you're never prepared when an opportunity comes around? Or is it the fact of you don't take risks? Or is it the fact of you don't even chase down opportunities when they slightly present themselves? Or when you tell people that you don't have time? That's funny. Last time I checked, we all got 24 hours in a day. None of us have time. None of us can manage time. That's another thing. That's a whole nother tangent. I don't even want to get on that. But whoever came up with this time management, you can't manage time. You cannot manage it. I cannot manage time to magically create another hour in the day. What I can manage is myself, right? I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who said, it was funny. Somebody came up to him and was like, well, I need to get 8 hours of sleep. And his response was, well, you better learn how to sleep faster, right? Time, everybody has time. At least the same 24 hours. You can't find time to chase your dreams down. No, nobody can find time. I've looked for it all over. Still haven't found it. If you know where it's buried, let me know. I'll dig some of that up. No, you don't find time, you make it. You prioritize. Same thing. Oh, I'm unsuccessful because I procrastinate. No, you're not a procrastinator. You don't have a procrastination issue. You have an importance issue. It's not important to you. Period. If I told you I'd have $1,000,000 here for you tomorrow, you just had to be here at 5 o'clock, guaranteed you'd probably be here at 4:45. If not 4:30, some of you might even be here at 4, because that money would be important to you. You don't have a procrastination issue. You have an importance issue. You don't have a time issue. You just don't prioritize right. You don't place the importance on things that you want to get done. You'd rather sit around and watch Netflix all day or chill out on your phone. Nope. You got all the time that everybody else has, all the successful people that you sit here and watch and hate on social media. You're not unlucky. You just haven't put in the time, hard work, and effort to get lucky, right? I don't even believe in luck, right? I believe that if I work hard enough and prepare myself and take advantage of opportunities, I'll be put in a place where luck can find me. Now, I'm still working on all that, but, right? This isn't me getting up on my high horse. Understand that a lot of these things that I'm telling you, I've said. I just need you to wake up, open your eyes. I want you to understand that when you say these things, this is what people want to say back to you, but they won't. They won't, right? I want to handle everything with kid gloves. I want to give people eighth place ribbons. I want to do all. No, stop. And the reason I'm being so hard on you right now, and the reason I'm trying to get you to open up and have that aha moment and that light bulb go off, is because I want you to be better. I want you to be better. Period. Stop it. I just went over 5 or 6 things of what people want to say, but they won't. Well, that's okay. I love you enough to tell you these things. Now, if you could think of some more examples, chime in, let me know, right? If I overstepped on some of these, let me know, right? Let me know. Let me know where I'm wrong, because, man, if there's one thing I did learn, is that I am not always right. And maybe I'm missing the forest through the trees, right? I'm laser focused here, and I'm not paying enough attention to external factors. I don't know. But you let me know. You let me know some of the things that you hear that you wish you could respond to, but in today's society, you'll either get looked at as mean, calloused, or harsh, right? One of the things that I will ask that you do is you start being a little bit more candid, right? Candor is great. You can always mix candor with kindness. I'm not trying to be mean in any of this. Again, I want you to be better. Like, my job sitting on this side of the table, and I hope you take this job seriously with me as well, is my job is not to make you happy. My job is to help you. And sometimes those things don't line up. And if I'm put in a situation where I have to choose between helping you and making you happy, and they don't line up, I'm always going to choose to help you. If I wanted to make everybody happy, I wouldn't be doing these podcasts. I wouldn't be doing these videos. I wouldn't be trying to develop people. I wouldn't be trying to start a consulting firm. No, what I'd be doing is I'd be selling ice cream. That's what I'd be doing. So I'm here to help you. And I'm asking you in turn to help me. Call me on my BS. Give me that candidness mixed in with a little bit of kindness, because I don't want you to hurt my feelings. Right? But that's it, man. InstaGATOR number 4. Things people want to say, but they won't. Don't let any of these be you. Not anymore. This is a new year, and it will be a new you. Until next time, InstaGATOR out.